You know that moment when something small happens? Maybe someone raises their voice just a little, or a memory brushes past your mind like a shadow, and suddenly your chest tightens, your throat closes, and your eyes fill before you even understand why. And you try to stop it. You really do. You blink faster, you look away, you hold your breath, like maybe that will keep it all inside. But it spills anyway, quietly, uncontrollably. And afterward, there's this strange silence inside you, like you've revealed something you didn't mean to show. And maybe someone once told you you're too sensitive, you cry too much, you take things too personally. And maybe over time, you started to believe that. That something about you is too much, too fragile, too easily broken. But you know what's strange? The people who cry easily are rarely the ones who are weak. They're usually the ones who have been strong for far too long, just not in ways anyone ever noticed. There's a certain kind of exhaustion that doesn't show up in your body first. It lives somewhere deeper, somewhere quieter. It's the kind that builds slowly over years, from holding things in, from being the one who understands, from learning, without realizing it, that your feelings were inconvenient or too heavy for someone else to carry. You know that feeling when you're upset, but instead of reaching out, you immediately start explaining it away in your own head. It's not that big of a deal. Other people have it worse. I'll be fine. As if your emotions need permission to exist, as if they have to earn their place. And maybe you learned that early, not with words, but with moments, small ones, like when you were younger and you looked for comfort, but instead found silence or distraction, or someone else's problems being placed gently, or not so gently, into your hands. And you adapted. Of course you did. You became the one who listens, the one who stays calm, the one who doesn't make things harder for anyone else. And somewhere along the way, you stopped noticing how much you were carrying. And so now, the tears come in pieces, not always tied to what's happening in front of you, but connected to everything you never had the space to feel before. It's not just about that one moment, it's about all the moments, layered quietly beneath the surface. You know that feeling when someone finally shows you a little bit of kindness, and instead of just smiling, you feel your eyes well up, like your body doesn't know how to receive it without breaking a little, as if something inside you is saying, "Where has this been?" And it's confusing, because you're not sad, not exactly, but you're not okay either. It's something deeper than both. Maybe you became someone who handles everything alone, not because you wanted to, but because you had to, because relying on others didn't feel safe or consistent or real. So you learned to depend on yourself, to solve your own problems, to comfort your own pain, to be your own sense of stability. And from the outside, it might look like strength, independence, resilience, but inside, there's this quiet longing, this almost invisible wish that someone would notice, that someone would sit with you without needing you to be okay first. And when you cry, it's not just emotion, it's release. It's your body finally exhaling after holding its breath for far too long. It's everything you didn't say, everything you pushed down, everything you told yourself didn't matter, finding a way out, even if it feels messy, even if it feels inconvenient, even if it happens at the wrong time. You know that feeling when you're alone at night and everything gets quieter, and suddenly the thoughts you've been avoiding all day start to surface, and you feel this heaviness you can't quite explain, like something is missing, or maybe like something was lost a long time ago, and you never really had the chance to grieve it. Not a person necessarily, but a version of yourself. the one who didn't have to be so aware, so careful, so strong, the one who could just feel something without immediately trying to manage it. Sometimes, people who cry easily are people who grew up too soon, not in obvious ways, but in subtle ones, emotional ones, where you learned to read the room before you spoke, where you learned that being easy to deal with made things smoother, where you became attuned to everyone else's moods, but slowly disconnected from your own. And now, when your emotions rise, they don't come in gentle waves. They come all at once because they've been waiting, patiently, quietly, for their turn. And maybe part of you feels embarrassed about it, like you should have more control, like you should be able to handle it better. But what if it's not a lack of control? What if it's honesty? What if your emotions are simply refusing to stay hidden anymore? There's something deeply human about crying, something real, something unfiltered. And in a world that often rewards composure over authenticity, it can feel like a flaw. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's the part of you that never fully shut down, the part that still feels, still reacts, still responds to the world in a way that hasn't been numbed. You know that feeling when you try to explain yourself, why you reacted the way you did, why something affected you so deeply, and the words don't quite land, or worse, they're dismissed, and you're left feeling even more alone in something that already felt isolating. And so you stop explaining, you start keeping it to yourself. You tell yourself it's easier that way. And maybe it is, but it also means you carry more than you should.